What's going on Instagram, YouTube, and Tube? This is your boy Jay, aka Marvelous Thursday Night Live Wrestling Takeover. We got a lot to talk about tonight, heading into the weekend. Tomorrow's Friday Night SmackDown. Don't really see too much going on with SmackDown tomorrow. So far, two matches and just a face-off between Cody and CM Punk again, which we've already seen for the past 2 weeks. Babyface versus babyface, nothing really too exciting there. Just a lot of talking, a lot of I'm not gonna be losing to Dusty Sun and I'm better than you and we're getting old and we went from friends to enemies and from enemies to you, it's just like the same old, same old. Don't get me wrong, I got mad love for CM Punk and Cody, but at the same time, it's like seeing them is like, I saw Brand New Day last night. Man, talk about the New Day. Congratulations to the New Day. May I say Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston for finally getting what they deserve, I have to say, because WWE did not, let's say, deliver on their promises, and that's the reason why Kofi and Xavier Woods went their separate ways. I seen they posted a little video between a little anime video, strong message of breaking the chains and two unicorns running and leaving the broken unicorn behind and giving basically the okay, like I'm good, just go. Seeing that, I was like, wow, like basically that's Big E, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods. We all know that's New Day right there. So seeing that little, how you can say, strong message, a lot of people got emotional. Me, I got emotional, but at the same time, I was like, okay, it's cool, they moving on. But it's good to see that they're moving on, and I believe they're gonna be going to AEW, and they're gonna be making like 3 times more money than was making in WWE. So shout out to them, for making that move and stepping out of that and getting what they deserve at the end of the day, because they've been entertaining for the past what 10, 15 years, more. Kofi Kingston, Xavier Woods too. Even though he wasn't with WWE for that long, but he got some time under his belt. I'm planning to go to London for All In. That's awesome, man. London, woof. That's awesome for real. Let me say that's marvelous. But we got SmackDown, like I said, tomorrow. We got an Undisputed WWE Champion, CM Punk and Cody Rhodes come face to face before SummerSlam. Like I said, something we've seen already for the past 2 weeks. I don't know. It would be better if somebody was, face and heel, like CM Punk being a heel, or even Cody, because I would love to see Cody as a heel, because if you know Cody Rhodes as a heel, then you know the man is no joke. And I'm excited, honestly speaking, for Nick Aldis returning back to the ring. Even though he never retired, he just came in as a manager for SmackDown for WWE. But I seen a video today with Nick Aldis getting an interview, and he got emotional because he's getting his big shot at WWE. He's gonna finally be able to perform and show the fans, who he is and what he's capable of doing. To see Nick Aldis stepping out of the manager role and coming out for in-ring performance and going against Gunther. Gunther's no joke. So I'm really hoping that they're bringing him back not to squash him, but to give him a chance to see what he could, not even to see what he could do, because we know what the man can do. The man can go. Nick Aldis can go. And him being 39 years old, he's still young. I told Machoverse and Big Lou to come to London for All In, but instead of they went to Montreal for Redemption. Oof. I know I seen him there in Fanatics Fest. I seen Dusty, the one that plays Dusty. I seen him and I said what's up to him. I ain't take a picture this year because there was so much like going on. But I got to I was with my brother, we walked around. Day one we was there for Saturday, and day two Sunday we met up with my nephew. So it was cool. But just Sunday, since it was family day, it was so much hectic, and to find parking was crazy. My brother ended up paying, I think it was $80 for like 4 or 5 hours, and I was like, that's crazy. I was like, I felt bad. I was like, damn. But overall, we had a good time. We did have a good time at the end of the day, because what I noticed from 2024 to this Fanatics Fest, everything was kind of rushed. The lines, you didn't have to wait too long. Like 2024, I remember I was in group 1. No, I was in group I was in group 1, and group 3 was going into me Hulk Hogan before me, and I was like, what the fuck is going on? So that I have to say that it was a lot better. 2, the food this year was a lot better. I remember the first year we went in 2024, where I met you also. They was just selling dumplings in the first floor. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't the worst dumplings in the world. It was good, but it was just like, for an event like that, to have a lot of fans that have to eat something, you're gonna be giving them dumplings. You might as well just give us ramen noodles. You might as well just give me ramen noodles, cause dumplings helped out 2024, but there wasn't like man, that was so satisfying. It was just like, okay, you know. But this year the food was pretty good. I had a burger. I haven't had a burger like that. Hey babe, I haven't had a burger like that. So well, I can't say I haven't had a burger like that because I'm a big fan of burgers. If I was to be a cartoon character, I would probably be the dude from Popeye that eats burgers nonstop. Don't really talk, but he's always stuffing his mouth with a burger. That would be me. I love me a burger, whether it's wrapped in lettuce or wrapped or in a or in a regular bun or in a pretzel bun. I'm just that burger guy. I actually had a burger yesterday. From shout out to my boy for this one, Jose. I think it was a bourbon whiskey burger. Ooh, that sucker was good. That sucker was so good. I didn't want to eat it. I just wanted to frame it, but it was good. It was really good. Shout out to my boy Farrell because that burger was good. But yeah, moving on. Thank you, brother. OTC fan 1848. Appreciate you. But like I say, SmackDown, not too promising for tomorrow night. It's cool because it's the night before SummerSlam. But it's like they don't really got too much going on. So far, if you go to WWE.com and you go to shows and you go to SmackDown, you see what they got going on for tomorrow. It's just basically the face-to-face between Cody and CM Punk. And we got the WWE Tag Team Championship between Damian Priest and R-Truth finally putting the Tag Team Championships against the War Raiders. Which I'm kind of hoping, nothing against the War Raiders, but I really hope they don't win the Tag Team Championships from R-Truth and Priest, because I'm kind of hoping that it's actually Enzo and Big Cass if they do return. But we don't know if that's the case. So let's see. And of course, we got Julia versus Lash Legend for the women's final WWE interim match. So basically, whoever wins out of this match here gets to be in the interim match for SummerSlam. I believe it's a fatal six-way or six-way, something like that. So that's pretty cool. Honestly speaking, I would like Lash Legend to win. I would like Lash Legend to win. I really would. But I'm feeling like it's gonna be Julia. But if it's Lash Legend, even better. But like I said, if you know wrestling, I feel like it might be Julia. But I could be wrong. Now, moving on to SummerSlam predictions. If you follow my Instagram, then you know. You hate watching my Instagram, then you should be following me. If you ain't following me, we got a problem. But yeah, for you that you don't follow me on Instagram, on YouTube, you should be following me because right now I'm live on Instagram, YouTube, Twitch. Pretty soon I'll be going live on TikTok. I just try to apply for it. Let's see if they approve me. I'm not too sure, but it's just to have fun on all these platforms and be able to go live all at once. I'm trying to go live also from Instagram, but just like everything together through Restream. But for some reason it hasn't been approved yet, so that's the reason why I'm posting it on my phone, Instagram, and I got the live stream on YouTube and Twitch. But yeah, man, I'm excited about SummerSlam. Like I said, we got some predictions. Me, night one, I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. Oba wins all the way. Oba Femi all the way. As you can see, the ruler, Oba Femi. Like I said, Oba right now is unstoppable. I love the way they build up the hype between Oba and Brock Lesnar. And as you guys know, if you watch Unreal and you see things that happen behind the scenes, you see that basically Brock Lesnar is the one mentoring Oba Femi. So that tells you a lot. It tells you that basically Brock has a lot of faith in Oba and putting him as the next big thing. And honestly speaking, meeting Oba, like very down to earth person, you could tell he was raised with respect and the right way. You could tell when somebody's raised the right way, respect. He had a moment with my younger nephew, which is my nephew's son. I believe he's at least 5, 6 years old, and he's a big Oba Femi fan. and he was telling Oba before I even took my picture with Oba. If you guys follow me on Instagram, you'll see the video because I had my meta glasses on, and I got that moment between my little nephew and Oba Femi when he's telling him, "Please be Brock Lesnar." And Oba was like, sees me, my brother come in and shakes my brother's hand while he's still paying attention to my little nephew, and tells my little nephew, "Don't worry, I will." And I was like, "That's what's up," you know what I'm saying? Like he paid attention to my little nephew. Like he didn't take his eyes off him, even though he was coming in. He still showed that little man love. So I respect him for that, you know. And I got to take my picture with him. I was like, "Yo, you got to the SummerSlam. We got your back. Blah blah blah. Crush it," you know. He's like, "Thank you." Give us a fist pump to me and my brother. But it was a cool experience to meet Oba Femi, honestly speaking, you know. And I figure we meet him now. Meet him now because he's just getting famous now. Meet him now because once he's up there, it's gonna be so hard to get a picture with him, get an autograph. So I'm lucky enough to have the opportunity to have met Oba Femi. I'm glad I took that chance when I seen it online that Oba was gonna be there. I jumped on that right away. I was like, Oba Femi's a must. So I'm glad I did it because if not, I would have never had the experience that I did in Fanatics Fest on Sunday. It was pretty cool. I was just there for Oba. Was trying to take a picture with Jade and also Jimmy Uso. But like I said, since parking was rough that day and being that my brother did have to pay for parking, I didn't want to make him pay extra. So we left at the time we had to leave. Unfortunately. But Saturday we definitely had a good time. I did not get to jump from the top rope. That line was packed all day. All day that line was packed. The ESPN booth, if you was there to try to take a picture, get your diving elbow shot from the top rope, get your official, tops card, that was not happening, man. Not for me. Like I was a little bit disappointed, but at the same time, there's always next year. So I'm excited because it's a new feature, so I'm sure they're gonna have it there next year. And if they don't, then that's something I missed out on. I will have to just suck it up and deal with it. But I'm hoping it's there again next year because it seemed cool. It was something that I really wanted to do for both days. I went back to that spot, and it was like, yeah, there's a 2 hour wait, and I was like, holy shit, just to jump from the top rope, bro. Like, come on, you can't rush this line. Just jump, jump, like go. But I didn't get to do it, so and it's also the second year that I didn't get to do the entrance because man, the entrance is non-stop. People are there like this. I'm gonna get my entrance. And don't get me wrong, I get it, I wanted to do the entrance too. But I was just like, yeah, I want to walk around, I want to enjoy the experience. I just don't want to be stuck here all day. So that's what I ended up doing, walking around, got to see different people walking around, got to see Liv Morgan, even though I didn't take a picture with her. Got to see the tribal chief, walking around. I got a video of him. Got to see John Cena on the live platform, talking to the fans. It was pretty cool. Got to see Stephanie McMahon when I first got there, having a live show. A live podcast. That was pretty cool to see Stephanie McMahon. Like I said, it was pretty cool. Got to see LA Knight for the second time. That's my guy right there, LA Knight. I can be for my dude to be WWE champion or undisputed champion. Either way, I want my dude to be champion. LA Knight. Yeah. Come on, man. We gotta have LA Knight as champion. It's a must. It's a must. It's a must. I'm a big LA Knight fan, so I vouch for that. This has been approved by Marvelous Wrestling Collectibles. And if you got a problem with that, we got 2 words for you. Figure it out. Attitude Era, baby. But yeah, man. For night 1 predictions, SummerSlam, Oba Femi wins. Said it from the beginning, and I'll say it again. A lot of people want Cody to win. Me, I don't got nothing against Cody, but I feel like Punk is gonna retain. So I'm going with CM Punk. Liv Morgan versus Io Sky. I love Io Sky, but I'm going with Liv Morgan because we already know she beat Liv Morgan at Queen of the Ring, and she got that shot against Liv. So I feel like giving her 2 wins against Liv is making Liv look weak as a champion. So we're gonna go with the champ, Liv Morgan. And of course, we got Nick Aldis versus Gunther. I'm going all the way with the Magnus, brother. Nick Aldis. And of course, we got Fatal Influence versus the Bella Twins and Paige. As much as I love the Bella Twins and Paige, we're going to go with Fatal Influence. You heard it here. You heard it here. We got the Bloodline versus LA Knight. That's my guy. Just been saying that's my guy. So I'm not contradicting myself against Royce Keys and Solo Sikoa. I love you, Solo. But being that the Bloodline is unstoppable right now, and I'm a big Bloodline believer and a big Bloodline fan. Yes, I don't have the Ula follow on. It's actually right behind me on the Tribal Chiefs Championship right there. So I'm going with the Bloodline. For night two, and the reason why I'm going with the Bloodline because a lot of things can happen. We haven't seen Drew McIntyre. We haven't seen Randy Orton. We've been hearing things about oh my god, my mind just went blank. Umaga's son coming to WWE, you know? So what if those people interfere and, you know, either help the Bloodline or either help the other team, you know? Because if you can't beat them, you join them. That's what I gotta say. But either way, I can't wait for SummerSlam. I can't wait to see if Drew McIntyre does return, if Randy does return, if Stephanie Vaquer does return, because I would love to see Stephanie Vaquer back, man. I love Stephanie Vaquer. So that'll be dope. Now for night two, guys. Night two. For night two, Chad Gable versus Penta. Chad Gable. Makes no sense to have him lose against a guy that debuted against him and he went on his whole wrestling route, his whole wrestling journey to becoming the best luchador, to just come back to the same circle and meet the same guy that defeated him in the beginning. Come on, Chad Gable taking that Intercontinental Championship. Nothing against Penta, cero miedo all the way. I love Penta, you know. But yeah, I see a new IC champion, and it's gonna be Chad Gable. You heard it here. You better mark it down. Dominic versus Danhausen. Danhausen been on a, you know, quite a role lately, but I feel like Dominic is gonna end up beating Danhausen because at the end of the day, Dominic is a Triple A champion, and we cannot make a champion look weak unless we want him to lose the championship. So we're going with Dominic. Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn for the number one contender. I'm going with Finn Balor. Sorry, Zayn, you had your chance. You just recently got defeated by CM Punk. Nothing against you, but I'm going with Finn Balor because Finn Balor hasn't seen singles championship gold in over what? 6 years? 5 years? It's about time. Trick Williams versus Baron Corbin. This match could go either or. And I feel like I'm wrong with this pick, but I could be wrong if I pick the other pick. So I'm going with the champ, Trick Williams. Even though I would love to see Baron Corbin become Intercontinental Championship. Oh, what is it? No, excuse me. United States champion. I would love to see Baron Corbin become United States champion. But I feel like Trick Williams is going to retain. Why give a man a fur championship if you're going to make him lose it that fast? You know what I'm saying? Trick ain't easy, baby. The Inter Championship for the women's. I thought for some reason that AJ Lee was going to be in this match. Excuse me. I feel like if Julia or Lash Legend are having that match to become part of this match right here, I feel like it's going to end up being, I don't know. Something's telling me Jay Cargill. I could be wrong. And of course, last but not least, the Tribal Chief versus Seth freaking Rollins. We already know the history between Roman Reigns and Seth Rollins. We know when it comes to them being one-on-one, there's always been a controversial ending to everything. Even though Seth has been Roman fair and square, but the last time they did fought, it was a controversial ending, because I believe Roman got disqualified and retained the championship that way. I'm obviously gonna dry, excuse me. Time out. So, being that Seth got the best of Roman Reigns on SmackDown, I feel like it's only best if the Tribal Chief takes it to Seth and beats Seth. But what if the Tribal Chief beats Seth, right? Or say for example, they fighting. They in the middle of the match, they fighting, and they both tired. They both drained out. They both on the floor trying to get up, and out of nowhere, you hear the Ruler song just hit, and Oba Femi just comes out and make it a triple threat. And the same night he beats Brock Lesnar, he goes out there to take advantage of Seth and Roman Reigns. And we know that Oba Femi has a championship match against whoever he picks because he won King of the Ring. Not really sure if he basically lost that chance because he gave it up to basically fight Brock Lesnar. But imagine that. Imagine that the Ruler's song just hits in the middle of that match. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins for the championship. And Oba ends up doing what Seth did to Roman against Brock Lesnar years ago. That'll be crazy. I'll be like, bro, get out of here. I'll be like, get out of here. Who do you think gonna win versus? Come on, man. We're gonna have Oba win that match at OTC Fan 1848. When you shop in the Shaw's app, you can count on prices that are the same online as they are in. Yeah, we definitely gonna see Oba Femi defeat the Beast Incarnate. Honestly speaking, I don't see that ending no other way. Show you guys some of the figs we got here. I don't know if I show you guys this figure, but we got an LJN King Kong Bundy black card, baby. Black card. These are hard to come across. So if you're in your local Target and you see the LJN figure on your shelf and there's a black card figure, you don't skip it, you pick it up. Even if you're not collecting, you pick it up. These figures right here are so hard to come across. If you find it like this, royal blue, that's a regular one. But if you find a black card fig, man, you pick this sucker up. And I'm so glad I got me a King Kong Bundy fig. This figure actually brings back memories. Really does. Really does. I had all the LJN figures. I had all of them. I had Ultimate Warrior. It's funny. I had Ultimate Warrior. I had King Kong Bundy. I had Hulk Hogan. I had Roddy Piper. Jake the Snake. All the ones that's coming out recently, I had all of them. So I can't wait for them to keep dropping these figures. Because I love it. I love it. But those are my predictions for SummerSlam. If you agree, you agree. If you don't agree, it's okay because that's what we here. We're wrestling fans. We agree to disagree. That's what I gotta say about that. Okay, now we're gonna be getting to San Diego Comic Cons. New figures. The new Defining Moments Elites. The New Jack. Must have. Naomi Caution Gear. Must have. Triple H Jeans Iconic Jacket. Must have. These are the new Defining Moments Elites. Not Ultimate Elites. Not Ultimate Editions. But the new Defining Moment Elites. I just said it. New Jack. Fire figure. Gotta have it. Naomi Caution Gear. Fire. Another gotta have. Triple H Jeans Iconic Jacket. Sick. And I believe that's the Triple H that came back after the injury. That figure is fire. I hope they get the height accurate because it looks tall like a giant. So I think it was just like a prototype. So let's see what happens. Then of course from the vault we got Series AJ Lee, Shawn Michaels, John Cena, and DDP. Is a must. Is a must. From that vault line series, that's the list right there. And so far, all of them look like bangers, even the DDP figure. But if I have to be honest with you guys, if I pick up this wave, it will just be probably AJ Lee and John Cena. Most likely Shawn Michaels. Nothing against DDP, but I have a couple of DDP figures, and so far, mostly all the DDP figures that do come out are kind of similar. And hey, I don't blame it on Diamond Dallas Page. I just blame it on the fact that they, back in the days when he started wrestling, they didn't have him with too much gear, you know? Not like nowadays where you have a pay-per-view and you have wrestler debut, but not debut, but basically debut a new gear in ring gear. So it's like, okay, a new figure's gonna come out. That's fire, you know? So, like I said, I'll probably skip the DDP figure, but I'll definitely pick up the AJ Lee, Shawn Michaels, and John Cena. It's a must. Then we got, of course, Mr. America, Hulk Hogan. Then we got Triple H in the boss gear as executive boss right now. And of course, we got Trick Williams in the new Elite '08 and Brock Lesnar. I mean, not Elite, excuse me. Yeah, Elite. Vault Series Elites. Sorry. Got a little bit ahead of myself there. But yeah, that's the 108 line. So that those figures, if you haven't seen them, you gotta go check them out. They fire. Fire, trust me. I seen them and I was like, yeah, that's a must. Then of course we got the new defining moments, ultimate moments. Yes, ultimate moments because basically they ultimate edition figures, but it's ultimate moments. We got Dirty Dominic Mysterio, and if you guys haven't seen these figures, you gotta go check them out. They look so sick. And of course we got the SES CM Punk. Man, that figure right there is a must. He's coming back out with the mask. It would be dope if I also see CM Punk go to AAA with the mask and tease the Mexican culture as him coming into AAA with the mask that he had as SES. That would be sick. And before I forget, I seen Spider-Man Brand New Day today, and I have to say, wow. If you're a Spider-Man fan like I am, what a movie, man. Not gonna give no spoilers here because I'm sure we got Spider-Man fans here that hasn't seen the movie yet. But I seen the movie today, and I have to say it was awesome. It was marvelous. It was a little bit of everything I was expecting and more, but definitely not disappointing. A lot of people say this movie was disappointing. It was not disappointing to me. If you follow the Spider-Man line and you follow the comics and you a fan like myself for over the years, then you know when you see it, you're gonna be happy, and that's all I gotta say. Awesome movie, marvelous movie. Shout out to Spider-Man and Toby. Excuse me, Toby. Shout out to Spider-Man. They did a great movie, and honestly speaking, I can't wait for the new um Avengers movie to come out because after seeing the Spider-Man movie today, I'm ready for the new Avengers movie, especially with Doctor Strange. I'm excited for that. Also, man, the trailer for Blanca Street Fighter dropped today as Jason Momoa as Blanca. That trailer was sick. It threw me off a little bit because Blanca was talking in a way, but the trailer was sick. It was fire. I was just like, wow, wow. So if you guys love Street Fighter and you guys love Spider Man, watch out for the Street Fighter trailer with Blanca. If you haven't seen Spider Man, go watch it. Fire movie, sick. If you haven't seen what I was gonna say, if you haven't seen wrestling this week, then you're slacking because SummerSlam is this weekend and you're missing out. But yeah, man, let's get into these figures that we're gonna be unboxing tonight. First figure we're gonna be unboxing tonight. I said it last week. I changed my mind over the weeks, or and I be like, hey, I'm not gonna unbox this today, but I'm gonna unbox this next. So here we are this week. I thought about it, and I'm gonna unbox these. Here we have Elite Collection, the Monday Night Wars, WWE versus WCW. Here we got Headbanger Trasher, baby. Last week everybody was like, oh, are you gonna unbox it? They didn't unbox it. But then I started examining the box, and I see the box has certain dents and everything like that. So I'm like, you know what? If I was to ever meet the Headbangers, we can get these autographs because they got dents. And I'm the type of collector that if a box has a dent in it, then I'm gonna unbox it because what's the point of getting something autographed that's kind of damaged? You know what I'm saying? So I was like, you know what? We're just gonna unbox them. So here we are. We're gonna unbox Headbanger Trasher, and I'm glad I kind of went over the box and examined the box real good because I was honestly hesitating to unbox these because I wanted to get them autographed. I met the Handbangers this year in New England Fan Fest with my boy Jose. Didn't get to take a picture with them or to get an autograph. Let me guess. Let me see your Undertaker figures. Oh, sorry. Let me see my Undertaker figures. Let's see. I got a couple of Taker figures. I got a couple. They're everywhere. So I'm gonna have to take you with me on a journey in the marvelous toy dungeon real quick. Sorry, YouTube. I'll be right back. I'm right here. But we got a fan asking for Undertaker figures. So we got one Taker figure there. We got another Taker figure here. Let me see where else. I got a couple. You can see I got figures everywhere. Then we got some more over here. You can see we got me, Mark Callis. We got Taker right there. Then we come over here. We got Taker right here. And then we got the Ultimate Edition wall right here. Yeah. I got more for Taker figures. Yeah. And of course, we got the recent photo op with Taker between myself and my brother. Marvelous experience. But yeah, so far those are the only Takers I find right now. Taker figures that I could find. But trust me, just because you asked to see my Taker collection, I'm gonna see if I come across. Oh, let's see. I got some more here. See. Taker, we got Kane. That Undertaker reaction was amazing. Yeah, honestly speaking, it was a cool experience that I had with Taker. You know, showing him my tattoo and him reacting the way he did, and then having that little inside joke between me and him. When he was like, "If my son cut me a break on it," and I was like, "You know, you live rent free, you better cut me a break." I was like, "Yeah, that was a cool experience." You know, my brother was like, "Yo, that was pretty chill." Me, everybody's like, "Oh, you know," everybody always says that I'm funny, but I'm a serious dude in real life. I got people that see me in the street sometimes and they're scared to approach me, and I'm like, "Listen, I'm not an asshole, you know. I'm just a regular guy who works 9 to 5 just like everybody else, goes live on YouTube and Instagram and shares his collection with the world and gets to meet more wrestling fans with my collection and you know things we can relate as fans, you know." So I just say it to everybody, you know, just be considerate that you know there are crazy people out here. And if you approach me, just be like, "Hey, what's up, Marv?" You know, and then from there I know that you know me from where, from somewhere. But if you approach me, like, "What's up, brother? Everything good?" I'm gonna look at you like, "Who the hell are you?" You know, just being real. But I'm chill. Even my coworkers sometimes are scared to approach me, and I'm like, if you follow me on Instagram, you follow me on YouTube, and you see that I interact with you and I answer you, then I kind of tells you the type of person that I am. 10,000 milligrams of caffeine, Mean Gene. Love your videos, bro. Keep doing your thing, my man. But yeah, man. Yo, every time I come across your videos, brother, it's just I start cracking up. I start cracking up because your facial expressions and you got everything down to the T. I'll be cracking up, man. Keep doing your thing for real. Keep doing your thing. My brother was actually one of the people that put me onto your videos. He sent me a video one day, and I was listening, and I was like, "Oh, I came across his videos already." So I was already following you. He was like, "Yo, all his videos is funny." So from there, I was just like, "Yeah, I'm gonna follow. I'm gonna show love." I'm glad you're still doing the Macho Man skits, bro. Cause yo, everything you do is funny, but the Macho Man skits, bro, they on point. They on point for real. Love it. Macho Man, man. If I could have met Macho Man, that would have been a dream right there. Me and my brother was a big Macho Man fan. My brother was more of a Macho Man fan because he actually had the balls to put on the tights for Halloween. I was not that ballsy. I hear you, bro. We all trying to make it. Trust me, I feel you. Keep doing your thing, bro. We're gonna keep supporting it too. Man, we all trying to make it. That's the dream, bro. That's the dream. But yeah, man. Macho Man skits be killing me, bro. But she's be on point. Especially when you cross your eyes. I'll be like, yo, fuck. I'll be like, yo, I'm done, but man, killing it right now. And then it's funny because I never knew, like, not that I didn't know, but you know, as a kid, you watch the Macho Man promos, and it's something you do remember because of his voice, but you never really remember his reactions. So after you did that skit about the 10,000 milligrams of caffeine, and you see everything, then they started coming out with the memes, and then you start seeing the Macho Man promos where he take the shades off, and my man's eyes is like, ah. I was like, yo. I was like, that ain't coffee, Papa. Cocaine's one hell of a drug. My man's eyes was, yo, crazy. Who's your favorite wrestler of all time? Hands down, Hulk Hogan. I know a lot of people feel some type of way about Hulk Hogan, and I get it. I'm not here to be a lawyer, you know? To me, I grew up in a rough neighborhood. In the 80s, back in the days, in the Bronx, it was rough. Drugs everywhere. You know, like, don't get me wrong, shit is still rough out here. But it's a lot better compared to back then. So, growing up in a negative environment and having a larger than life influence on TV, showing you that if you go to the gym and you take your vitamins and you say your prayers, you know, you'll get where you want to be. You know, I grew up idolizing shit like that. So I grew up idolizing Hulk Hogan, Sylvester Stallone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Chuck Norris, you know, all the badasses, bro. All the badasses. You feel me? Bruce Willis, yippee motherfucker. All the badasses, bro. You know, so it's like, and I feel like that's one of the reasons why over the years, I'm 42 right now. I raised two boys on my own. I got a daughter that's 5 years old. God bless her. You know, and at one point in my life, I was almost 300 pounds because I kind of let myself go. Life gets the best of us. We just gotta keep fucking pushing forward and, you know, show that bitch that we ain't playing games neither. But at the end of the day, you know, it's how you deal with life and how you go forward. And I'm glad to say that right now I'm 215 pounds. I was almost like almost 290. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I was like 283, 285. I was not, you know, taking care of myself. I was stressed out, going through a lot of things. I was just like, fuck this. I'm just gonna eat. So I got real big, and right now I'm 213, 15 pounds, and you know, I've just been working out here and there, trying to take care of me, trying to make sure I live a little longer, trying to make sure I'm there for my kids, trying to make sure I'm there for my daughter, because this crazy ass world we live in, man, is insane. People get mad. Hulk Hogan when that convo was secretly recorded. That was fucked up. You can't say that whatever you want in private. I hear you. And it's like I say, you know, I'm a fan of Hulk Hogan, not Terry Bollea, his personal life. You know, like I said, I'm not trying to talk crap about the guy because, you know, he's gone. I mean, he rests in peace. It's been a year. And me being a big fan, I'm not gonna ever betray the man because I got to meet him, and you know, meeting Hogan, he was very down to earth. And I had to say, the Hogan that I met compared to the Hogan that I see on TV was two completely different people. I believe that he did give his life to God and he changed. Because when I met Hogan, I don't care what anybody say, man, the eyes don't lie. The eyes don't lie. You can look at somebody in the eyes, and the eyes don't lie. You could tell that he was a changed person, you know. So it's unfortunate that he's no longer with us, man. He rest in peace. At the end of the day, we all miss him. Any true wrestling fan that grew up on the '80s and watching Hulk Hogan, King Kong Bundy, Andre the Giant, Ultimate Warrior, Jake the Snake Roberts, Bobby Heenan, fucking list goes on. It's just crazy. Like I said, Roddy Piper. The list goes on, man. Like I said, and it was like different times, and it's like to see everything that happened over the years, and it's like who I like now. eh, I like Roman Reigns. Don't get me wrong, that's my guy. I love Roman. That's my dude. I've been a big Roman Reigns fan since he first walked in. But I'm also a LA Knight guy. So as much as I like Roman, I like LA Knight, and I feel like I said it to my girl the other day. I feel like as much as I like Oba Femi too, don't get me wrong, because I'm a big Oba Femi supporter. As much as I like Oba Femi, I feel like it's kind of wrong to skip LA Knight and just right away go to Oba. LA Knight gets a pop every time he comes out. LA Knight gets a pop every time he does a promo. LA Knight gets a pop every time he wrestles. And when he goes out there, he wrestles like he's defending a championship. So I have to say, I wish that LA Knight will be the one to take the championship away from Roman, because we already know that LA Knight feels some type of way about the bloodline. So everything that happened when Roman was champion and he had the championship for 1,300 some days, I feel like what a ending to the feud that LA Knight's been hanging on to. Because me as a Scorpio, as LA Knight, I know he's still mad about that shit. Even though it's all a part of the show, but deep down inside, he's hanging on to that because he was almost there. And I feel like it should be LA Knight to the throne, the tribal chief. Why not? As much as Oba Femi will do great as champion, I feel like it should definitely be LA Knight. Yeah. And that's the bottom line, because I said so. But anyway, moving on, we got some more unboxings here before we get off, because we still got some time. We got 42 minutes into the live stream, so we still good. Because I know once I start hitting that 1 hour marker on YouTube, Instagram is gonna be like, it's time to say goodbye. Cause that's what happened last week. I was talking, and they just like picking me off, and I had to be like, oh, have a good night, blah, blah, blah. But yeah, moving on. Here we got Elite Series, Elite Collection, Monday Night War, WWE versus WCW. Here we got Headbanger Marsh. If it's your first time joining the Marvelous Wrestling Collecting stream, show some love, share it on your platform, let your local collecting community know that your boy Jay, aka Marv, goes live every Thursday night. Wrestling Takeover, baby. We talk wrestling, we spit the shit, and we just predict on what's next in AEW, WWE, TNA, whatever pro wrestling you're into, New Japan Pro Wrestling, whatever. We talk wrestling in general. I don't really follow New Japan like that, but I do follow it a little bit here and there. AAA, I do love. TNA, I do watch, but not as much as I should, because usually tonight is TNA and I'm live. So it kind of bumps on my schedule and their schedule. But I do like to tune in after or during the week whenever I can and catch up on whatever I miss. But yeah, so we got our second unboxing of the night. Headbanger Mosh. Always try to save these clear elastics, because you never know when you want to pose it with a championship. It's more official. Here we got Headbanger Mosh with the dress, looking like Ace Ventura when he was in a mental hospital. But yeah, man, I'm excited about SummerSlam. Can't wait. Yeah, Headbanger Marsh. Put it right next to Trasher. came also with 2 extra hands. I forgot to show you guys the Oba Femi shirt. Gotta do the pose and everything, you know? Gotta make Oba proud. You don't know if he's watching. But yeah. Let's see. So these are actually you built Bobby Roode. No, Rick Rude, excuse me. Rick Rude. I said Bobby Roode. Whoa. Rick Rude. And I believe I have the head and I have the arms. So that's pretty cool. And now the last thing we're gonna be unboxing tonight. It is a sick You Can't See Me fig that we're gonna be talking about soon and showing and unboxing. But before we get into that, I'm gonna show you guys some of these cards that I've been collecting. Man, it's so hard to come across these cards nowadays. When they first started dropping, I got actually pretty lucky with a couple. I'm talking about the Topps Chrome WE cards. I got a couple, but now to try to get some, it is so hard. And don't get me wrong, if Fanatics Fest, I should have taken advantage. I came across some sellers that was actually selling cards pretty, cheap. They usually go for like 25 or 30, and they actually had them there for like 35, 30. I should have purchased some, but I was just trying to come back with some money because at the end of the day, we do have bills to pay. So I was trying to be smart about the whole outcome. I went with a little money, but I didn't want to come back broke and then not have extra just in case something went south, because you always got to be ahead, not behind. But yeah, man, we got a Zaria, baby. Got a couple of cards. I got a couple of cards. Actually, gotta be shipping out a box tomorrow to my boy Jay Stone. Got you, bro. And forget about you. Trust me, I've been stressing about that like I owe child support. I don't even pay child support. Take care of my kids. Shit. But yeah, let me show you guys what we're gonna be unboxing. Here we have a top picks must-have superstar. We got John Cena. The last time is now. John Cena vowed to defeat the American Nightmare, Cody Rhodes, at WrestleMania and become the first 17th-time WWE champion. West Newbury, Mass. 6 feet 1 inch, 251 pounds. Finisher attitude adjustment. But yeah, baby, we're about to unbox Mr. You Can't See Me, Mr. 17th-time, never seen before, John Cena. Ready for this? Actually, only posting tonight my Fanatics Fest video from day 1 and then day 2 tomorrow. So if you guys follow me on YouTube, stay tuned for that. We'll be posting those videos tonight. I already finished doing the editing. Kind of forgot to post them, so that's on me. But stay tuned for tonight. Definitely will be posting those on YouTube and probably some reels here on Instagram. But yeah, we have John Cena out the box. Top picks, must have superstar. Sick. John Cena, baby, out the box. Comes with two extra hands. There you have it. Trying to keep this shirt in there and put this in his hands so I can pose it the same way it was in the box. But I feel like that's going to be a little bit harder.
A delightful way to take care. For a noticeably whiter smile, try the Nail Safe Daily Toothpaste. Get whiter teeth in one day.
It's breaking.
When you shop in the Shaw's app, you can count on us to choose fresh produce, guaranteed.
So I'm going to have to put the elastic around him
Even if you can't count on Mom to eat
to keep the towel there so we can pose him. Because that makes sense on why the elastic was there in the first place.
At Raymore and Flanagan, you can save up to 20% on your purchase. Save more than twice the Massachusetts sales tax. Or enjoy no interest
There we go.
so you can buy now and pay over time. Hurry in, save double the tax now at Raymore and Flanagan.
Show you guys how it looks. Pretty sick. Let's have a quick recap and show you guys what we unboxed here tonight so far. Headbanger Trasher. We also got Headbanger Marsh. Another thing I want to talk about, if you guys haven't seen He-Man yet, Master of the Universe, in fact, Master of the Universe on Amazon Prime, please go check it out. Watch it in the movies. Haven't seen it on Prime yet. Meant to watch it the other day, but I was so tired I didn't finish watching it. But I watched that movie in the movies, and I have to say, wow, I was so excited over that movie that I even got the popcorn fucking with Skeletor. Had a great time. But yeah, man, if you have not seen the movie yet, Masters of the Universe, go check it out on Amazon Prime. I don't get no discounts for that. It's just such a great movie. You have to watch it. Then one more time, John Cena, Last Time Is Now, must have superstar. Yes, sir. But yeah, man, I'm gonna give you guys a prediction one more time for SummerSlam before we get off the live stream because pretty soon I know Instagram's gonna be kicking me off. But here we go. SummerSlam predictions. Night one. Oba Femi wins and defeats Brock Lesnar. You heard it here, Marvelous Wrestling Collectibles. Two, CM Punk versus Cody Rhodes. CM Punk all the way. Best in the world, baby. Best in the world. Liv Morgan versus Io Sky. Being that Io beat Liv Morgan already at the Queen of the Ring, I'm going with Liv Morgan, baby. It's time to get even. Nick Aldis versus Gunther. I'm going with Nick Aldis all the way. We're about to find out why. The Magnus is no joke. And of course, Fatal Influence versus the Bella Twins and Paige. We're going with Fatal Influence, baby. Nothing against Nikki or Brie or Paige, but it's just the new era's here. Bloodline versus LA Knight versus Royce Keys versus Solo Sokoa, baby. We're going with the Bloodline. I'm sorry, guys. Bloodline of the way. Bloodline all the way. Night two. Excuse me, before we get into night two, we could even have a good return. Drew McIntyre, Stephanie Vaquer, or Randy Orton. And honestly speaking, in that women's interim match they having, what a sick moment would it be if Stephanie Vaquer entered because somebody can't compete. That's what I'm saying. Chad Gable versus Penta, Intercontinental Championship. Chad Gable wins, becoming the new Intercontinental Championship. Predictions here, baby. Just predictions, no spoilers, just predictions. Dominic Mysterio versus Danhausen. Nothing against Danhausen, but I'm going with my guy Dominic, man. We putting Dominic over. Dominic defeats Danhausen. Why? Because Dominic's a Triple A champion, and we can make a champion look weak unless we want somebody to beat him. So yeah, we're going with Dominic. Finn Balor versus Sami Zayn. I'm going with Finn Balor because Sami Zayn just recently lost the Undisputed Championship. Nothing against Sami, but Finn Balor hasn't seen singles championship in years, so we're going with Finn Balor. Trick Williams versus Baron Corbin. Nothing against Baron Corbin because I'm a big Baron Corbin fan, but I just feel like it's too dull. It's too soon. They should at least add it Carmelo Hayes and make it a triple threat. So I'm going with Trick Williams on that one. Nothing against Baron. Welcome back. The fatal six-way or five-way between the women for the Inter Championship. I'm going with Julia if Stephanie Valkyrie is not in that match. But at the same time, I can't really say I'm going with Julia, even though I like Julia, because I like Jay Cargill also. So that one right there, I'm a little bit indecisive. But if I have to pick somebody, I would say Jay Cargill. And of course, last but not least, the Tribal Chief versus Seth freaking Rollins. Sorry, Seth, but the Tribal Chief all the way. And there you have it, folks. My SummerSlam predictions. If you agree, you agree. If you don't agree, don't give a damn. But yeah, man. Hope you guys enjoyed tonight's live stream. It was lovely talking wrestling with you guys. Always a lot of fun here on Wrestling Takeover on Thursday nights. Marvelous Wrestling Collectibles Wrestling Takeover, that is. See you guys next Thursday. Let's see what happens tomorrow on SmackDown. Like I said earlier, nothing too promising looking for SmackDown. Don't really see nothing much between anybody besides the face-off between CM Punk and Cody. Then we got the Tag Team Championship. But like I said, let's see what happens tomorrow. Friday Night SmackDown. Can't wait for WWE SummerSlam. You got the predictions right here from Model Dustin Collectibles. If you follow my Instagram, Follow me if you don't, baby, because like I said, predictions are up. We just gonna wait and see. Stay marvelous, everybody. Collect what you love. Nothing but love. Peace out. Love all of y'all. Stay safe. Look both ways. And you already know. Peace.